What's going on, guys? My name's Swords. I'm a partner for Marvel Rivals, and today we're going to be talking about Marvel Rivals Season 5. That includes the new hero Gambit coming at launch, the theme of the new season, Battle Pass skins, the anniversary event, and the new balance changes and team-ups of the season, along with covering everything major from the new dev vision that's filled with a ton of information, like new game modes, rank placement system, and other behind-the-scenes updates, such as with Marvel Zombies. In today's video, we're going to be looking over all the major highlights revealed today and essentially giving you the Spark Notes version of what you can expect when you play the new season in just a couple days. Everything you need to know is going to be in this one video, so make sure you watch all the way to the end and comment below what you think. First, let's talk about the Season 5 trailer. It takes place during Rogue and Gambit's wedding, who will both be our new heroes this season, with Gambit releasing first, then Rogue just a month from now. At the beginning of the trailer, we get an early look at Cyclops, who's holding a glass of wine, toasting Gambit as he's getting prepared for his wedding while talking with Wolverine. Gambit speaks about his relationship with Rogue, seeing her as his whole world, and talking about his love for her. Then we see Rogue also getting ready for the wedding and preparing, talking about her love over Gambit with Magneto. There's a moment here where we see a glimpse in the past with Gambit overlooking Rogue experiencing this moment of immense power, which could be a clue to some of her abilities and power level when we get to play her later this season. I'm very excited for Rogue. Just as Rogue is walking down the aisle, everything goes into chaos. Gambit rushes to put a ring around Rogue's finger, but something happens with the ring, triggering some kind of event, suggesting this ring is important to the plot of the season. We see our heroes gather together around the event, and then we get another look at Cyclops, who's jumping into action, and then the trailer ends with a heroic pose of Gambit and Rogue, along with the silhouette of a villainy figure who I think could be the Collector. This season's going to focus on the theme of love in all its ways. Now that we've talked about the season's theme, let's talk about Gambit. Gambit will be joining the roster as a strategist, our first one since Ultron. Gambit has a lot of abilities, so I'm going to try my best to break down everything. First off, his primary fire looks to have a total of 21 cards. He seems to throw 3 cards at a time, so that's 7 different attacks before reloading. His primary fire also does healing as well as damage. For his alternate fire, he has this smash attack with his staff, which seems to be close range. This ability heals himself, heals allies, and damages enemies from what we can tell here. Gambit also has a movement ability, which is his dash, that seems to let him dash in whatever direction he's aiming. He has 2 charges of this, both on their own cooldown. Then he has 2 different deck of cards, the deck of hearts and the deck of spades. From each deck, you have 2 different abilities that you can use, similar to how Magic's stepping disc ability works. The deck of hearts is the one you use for healing and cleansing allies from status effects like stuns. We can see his healing here, which he activates in the deck of hearts that ricochets cards that bounce from ally to ally. In this other clip, we see his team get stunned by Doctor Strange's ultimate, then he goes in and uses his cleanse ability from the deck of hearts to remove that status effect and allow them to be in control again. This ability is going to be very strong, and I'm excited to see what players come up with this season. Then we have the deck of spades, which is used for damaging abilities or applying negative status effects on enemies. One of his spades abilities lets him throw an explosive projectile that deals damage and applies healing reduction in an AoE attack. His other spades ability lets him swing his staff, knocking back nearby enemies and doing a decent amount of damage. Both of his decks of cards share the same card resource, which can be seen at the center of the screen. He can have a total of up to 4 cards, which is used to activate and use an ability. So you need at least 2 cards if you want to activate a deck and use its ability. For his ultimate ability, Gambit never folds. He creates an AoE based effect on himself at the center that increases allies' damage, applies a speed boost, increases jump ability, and from what I can tell, at least has a little bit of healing, but not as much as other strategist ultimates. Gambit has a team up with Magneto, with Gambit as the anchor, which seems to be an ability that Magneto can activate to throw greatsword-like projectiles with the larger explosive AoE kind of attack. This reminds me of the old Magneto-Wanda team up with the old old sword, but just a bit better, because this one has a delayed attack. From what I can tell, Gambit looks like he has a high skill ceiling with his ability kit, and potentially going to be a meta pick in the upcoming season and in higher levels of play. I'm so curious to see how people play him. I think he's going to be really good. Now let's take a look at some of the Battle Pass rewards. Starting off, we've got a cool Namor pirate themed skin where he jumps at the top of the mast of this pirate ship and he's like controlling this giant squid. Then we have a Wanda skin. I was able to capture a frame of this in her new MVP, which, you know, looks pretty cool. And here it is. Ultron is getting a new MVP and a skin. I love the new cape. Angela's getting a new MVP and skin, which this one looks so cool. And I'm going to be equipping this skin right away. I can't wait to get this one. Groot's going to be getting a new skin as well. Thing is going to be getting a new skin. He's just blue. Human Torch is getting a new MVP and a skin. This one looks pretty cool. Hela's getting a new skin. We love Hela. She's always getting the best skins. Black Widow's also getting this really cool skin. She's like a superhero with a cape. I love this MVP. This is a skin that I'm going to be rocking. Punisher's getting a new Frankenstein-esque skin. Looks like he kind of looks at himself and then he just gets real mad. So this is going to be a cool skin. This kind of reminds me of like Halloween, but I guess it's coming a little late. Better late than never. But that's the Battle Pass skins pretty much. Now that we've covered all that, let's talk about some of the updates in Season 5 and some of the behind the scenes that we can look forward to in the upcoming season. First off, we are getting 2 new arcade modes in Season 5. One being 18-player versus 18-player Conquest, and the other being a non-combat game mode in Times Square, which we're going to have a look at in just a bit. For the 18 versus 18-player Conquest mode, it's going to go live on November 27th, later this month, closer to Season 5.5, with more details coming soon. For the new non-combat mode, we'll be getting a dedicated space at Times Square for passive gameplay where you can chill out, interact with other players, and share cool moments with each other. We got an early look at what that looks like on the new Times Square map. You can see glimpses of some of the MCU movies on various ads in the city, and this map may be an opportunity for other things in the future. I'm curious to see where things go with this and the social features that are going to come along with this mode at launch. On November 27th, there'll also be an anniversary event that everyone can look forward to now that it's 1 year since Marvel Rivals has launched. This is going to give everyone a chance to earn a free Jeff skin and up to 2,500 units. That's a lot of units. There will also be anniversary event skins inspired by the community. I'm going to show you some concept art skins on screen here in a moment. You can see skins here for Gambit, Magic, Mr. Fantastic, and Blade. Then we have more skins for Invisible Woman, Luna, Venom, and Psylocke. To add on, cross progression is coming to the game officially in Season 5 for everyone as well. Looks like they've done enough testing, got enough feedback to incorporate it. Let's see how it is. At the launch of Season 5, we'll also be getting new accessories for Human Torch, Magic, Mantis, Wolverine, Phoenix, Thor, Loki, Moon Knight, and Star-Lord. We've got an update from Marvel Zombies, which the devs let us know they're aware the community enjoys. Now, I know there's a lot of love for this game mode, and with the massive success of this mode, the devs are now exploring new ways to continue adding PvE content for more heroes and maps. I'm personally hoping they add a lot more to Marvel Zombies and expand it. I personally want to see round-based zombies, but the devs say this stuff takes time, so let's give them time and see what they cook for us in the future. They've definitely said they're aware of how much people love this mode, and they will be making more PvE content in the future. So I'm looking forward to see what other things they come back, and you know, what I'm thinking is we'll see more Marvel Zombies in the future, but it might come back with more, or who knows, but that's something we want to keep a look on. Now let's talk about team-ups. As mentioned before, we've got Gambit's team-up, which is called Explosive Entanglement, which is an explosive projectile that detonates on impact, but also has a delayed second hit. Then we have Sword of Duality with Cloak and Dagger and Hawkeye, with Cloak and Dagger as the anchor. This is going to allow Hawkeye's Crescent Slash ability to knock back enemies and apply anti-heal, while it also can heal allies. Then we have Blade of Khonshu, which is between Moon Knight and Blade, with Moon Knight as the anchor. Blade gains a new ability that lets Blade dash forward and unleash a short melee combo on enemies that also launches moon blades that ricochet between enemies. This ability actually looks pretty good, so I'm curious to see where Blade players do with this. The Lunar Force team up with Blade, Moon Knight, and Cloak and Dagger is being removed, and the Black Widow Punisher team up is also getting removed. Magneto is getting removed from Mental Projection team up with Emma. Hawkeye is getting removed from the Luna Snow team up. Black Widow, however, is getting added to the Phoenix team up with Wolverine, allowing her to shoot empowered explosive shots that can heal allies and damage enemies, but without being able to crit enemies. This looks really good, but I noticed there's no cooldown or meter in this clip with Black Widow here, making me wonder if you can toggle this on or off whenever you want. If so, that would be really strong. For balance changes, we don't have anything specific yet, but you can expect buffs for Hulk, Captain America, Penny Parker, and The Thing. Captain America's ultimate will increase allies' ultimate charge speeds, and teammates will be able to heal on Penny Parker's webs as well. Spider-Man and Wolverine are getting buffs too, with Spider-Man's combos feeling more consistent, and Wolverine being more of a threat to vanguards. Loki and Cloak and Dagger will also be seeing buffs. We've also got competitive changes coming as well, starting with a new placement system. At the start of the new season, you'll be doing 10 placement matches that will give you a rank based on your performance of those 10 matches, in addition to your previous ranks from previous seasons. This is a good change and should be able to more accurately place you. There are changes to team queue with Grandmaster players and below, being able to queue with up to 6 players now. However, Celestial players and above are still only able to queue as a duo. For ranked awards, they're no longer splitting rewards between each season split. Instead, you'll get your ranked rewards at the end of the season. And that's pretty much it. Those are all the major highlights shared today by Marvel Rivals. I'm very excited for everything coming in the new season, but what do y'all think? Like and subscribe below for more content in Marvel Rivals. Thank you so much for making it this far in the video, listening to Marvel Rivals news. Thank you so much, guys. Take it easy and peace out.